10 Minutes to Joy is your weekly invitation to reset, recharge, and rediscover your most joyful self through aha moments and simple energy techniques. You're listening to holistic psychotherapist Sylvia Plester-Silk. I've worked with individuals, couples, and groups. From parole officer to private practice, I've learned a few lessons and I'm ready to share. Today, we're going to talk about doing a year in review. So I used to do this when I suggest this when I was doing business coaching and consulting. And I also think it's really relevant to individuals and life. So step one, as you think about 2025, and many of you are very happy that it's gone, that it's coming to a close because it's been a challenging year for many people. We had a lot of astrological and intense moon cycles and shifts and changes and letting go and political pressures and you name it this year. So, step number one, as you look back and you think back over the year, I want you to write out a list of your wins, whether they're tiny things that you did and accomplished or let go of and healed from, or whether they're big wins like you wrote a book or you got a new job that you love or etc. So I want you just to take a little list and write out everything that you have accomplished this year, big and small. Then I want you to take some breaths in of gratitude for yourself and just feel that gratitude and appreciate yourself 100% for all of those things that you accomplished. Yay, you. Awesome job. Keep on going. You got this. Number two, I would like you to identify what lessons you learned this year. These may include I'm really good at XYZ. I really dislike ABC. I no longer will tolerate XYZ, and so on. So again, take your time, write out this list. Then again, celebrate the lessons you've learned. You might see that there's a couple of goals or intentions that you want to set out. With that, note them as you're doing it because that comes later, a couple of steps down the road. Number three, identify what no longer serves you in your life. What are you willing to and ready to really let go of? This might be struggle. It might be cleaning your kids' rooms. It might be getting your kid up for in the morning, every morning. Whatever it is for you, it's perfect and fine. It might be I'll no longer tolerate disrespect from somebody. Isn't that fabulous? Number four, I want you to think about what are you ready to release emotionally, spiritually. This could be even physically speaking. So it might be, oh, it really drives me nuts that I have so much stuff in my front porch and I need to clear it out. So for me right now, my front porch looks like I'm a hoarder because my office has just moved from my last office space temporarily into my front porch. So one of my intentions and goals for next year is to get that all organized and cleaned out, if not before next year begins. So I want you to, with the letter of release, I want you to do that on a separate paper from the rest. I want you to, it might be, I want to release toxic relationships or relationships with a certain person. I want to release my dependency on chocolate or cravings or a behavior that you really, really dislike. Part of the energy and the magic in this release kind of work is that as we clean things out, we create more space for something we desire in our lives. When our lives are really cluttered, whether that's physically cluttered with too many things on your desk that you can't focus at work. And I know some of us do very, very well with a lot of things on our office desk, and it's very organized, and we get it. But if that's you and your office is like crazy, like wild, and got too much stuff on and around, then what I want you to do is just take 5 minutes and do a quick tidy. It's a very efficient way to help you focus even more on work and what you've got to get done. So you've we've looked at and celebrated your wins, big and small. We've looked at what lessons you've learned and the growth you've done, and we've celebrated that. We've identified what no longer serves us. Now we've written out what we want to release. So what you can do is create a fire in a safe vessel or container, and you can burn that what you want to release. Okay, not if it's furniture and stuff like that, but the list I'm talking about as a symbolic offering. Oftentimes, you can do this in the moon cycles, and that's not my expertise. But often, I forget whether it's the full moon or the new moon where it's a letting go and releasing ceremony. So you can do that, or you can just do it whenever you're ready. Probably outside for safety reasons if you can. And as you burn it, just imagine that you're sending the message up to the universe that you're no longer wanting XYZ, and you're choosing to actively release the attachment to these things. Once you have done that, then I would invite you to to take another piece of paper, those goals or intentions that you thought about creating. Now I want you to place them on a separate piece of paper. And you can do long form here where you're just really listing all the different things that you would like to achieve in 2026 or the year ahead if you're listening to this in another year, because it is evergreen, even though I'm using numbers here. And I would like you, so then I want you to just set those intentions. Just like I would like to, I'm going to, I am willing to, I plan to, I will take the action to have this come to fruition for me, etc. And you might have 3 intentions and you might have 20 intentions. Okay, well, 20 intentions is a bit hard. It's a bit overwhelming. It's a bit much. So out of your list of intentions, I invite you to take 3 to 5 of those intentions and write out 3 to 5 steps for each intention that you are going to do to bring that into your life and into your reality. Then you can actually go to your calendar and book some times where you will take those action steps. So for example, you may decide that it's a health goal and you want to walk more. Okay, so I'm going to walk 3 times a week. Great. So plan in, when are you going to walk with them? It might be, well, I want to walk with a friend. I don't want to walk alone. Okay, so what friends are you going to invite? What times are you going to do it? And actually get it into your calendar so that it's not just something that just goes amiss. All right. So as we look at this past year, you've done some great things. Let's honor them. Let's celebrate them. Woohoo! Awesome job. What are those lessons learned? What is it that you're ready to release and fully let go of? And doing possibly a burning or a letting go of ritual of your own. There's many, many ways to do it. I'm only suggesting one here. And then set 3 to 5 goals or intentions and set 3 to 5 things that you're going to do for each of those intentions to bring them into fruition. Next week, on our next podcast, I'm going to talk to you about creating a vision board for yourself and your life. And I'll talk to you about my vision board. So if you can get this work done before you listen to next week's podcast, then it will be an opportunity for you to use this pre-work to make that process easier. That's all for today. Remember, the past doesn't need to define your future. You get to choose. Keep moving forward. See you next week on 10 Minutes to Joy.